Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, or whatever the case may be. My name is Marcus, and I am the host of the Black Brazil Today YouTube channel, as well as the blackbraziltoday.com blog, where I analyze Brazil from the perspective of race. So in today's video, I will take a look at the famed Aristocrata Club in the city of São Paulo, a club where the city's Black elites showed that Black people could be just as elegant and successful as anyone else. Imagine a place where Black Brazilian excellence was on full display in the midst of a deeply segregated society. A place where popular musicians such as Jorge Ben and Milton Nascimento performed for packed, elegant crowds. Where Black Americans like Ray Charles and Muhammad Ali stopped by. Where young Black girls in princess gowns danced at their debutante balls. This wasn't just a fantasy. This was Clube Aristocrata in São Paulo, Brazil. In the 1960s, it is well known that Brazil promoted itself as a racial democracy to the world. But behind this myth, racism thrived, especially in elite social spaces. Even without clear laws clearly segregating along lines of race, Black Brazilians were systematically excluded from prestigious clubs in São Paulo, such as Clube Pinheiros and Clube Paulistano. They were only allowed in as athletes, entertainers, or workers, never as members. One story captures it all. At the end of the 1950s, a Black man, Mario Ribeiro da Costa, was approached by a polite employee of an elite Sao Paulo club, Pinheiros. As he prepared to get in the swimming pool, he was warned that a preparation used in the water could harm his Black skin. He left to never return and helped to found Aristocrata in 1961, a club with its headquarters in downtown Sao Paulo. These humiliations weren't isolated. They were everyday experiences for the Black middle and upper classes. So in 1961, they said, enough is enough, and they created their own club. With that, Clube Aristocrata, or Aristocrat Club, was born. It was deliberately named in this manner to challenge white notions of status, becoming a space of celebration, elegance, and Black cultural affirmation. The club's first headquarters was in Sao Paulo, downtown, on Álvaro de Carvalho Street. Who were its members, you might ask? Membership included the city's Black professional class, lawyers, civil servants, doctors, musicians, and entrepreneurs, among others. It was more than a social club. It was an act of resistance. The Aristocrata Club quickly became the cultural heart of Black Sao Paulo. On weekends, club members danced until dawn. Concerts featuring popular Black Brazilian singers such as Wilson Simonal, Jair Rodrigues, Elisete Cardoso, and Jorge Ben kept the club jumping. But it wasn't just Brazilian stars that tore the roof off the joint. International legends stopped by as well. Sarah Vaughan, Josephine Baker, Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5, Ray Charles, and Muhammad Ali were just a few well-known Black Americans that graced the club with their presence. In the early 1970s, singer Wilson Simonal was one of the Afro-Brazilian celebrities that rolled out the red carpet for a visit from the godfather of soul, Mr. Dynamite himself, James Brown. American entertainers were often brought in by singer Agostinho dos Santos, who had achieved international success as the interpreter of songs from the international hit film Orfeu Negro, meaning Black Orpheus, which was the winner of the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 1959. And then there were the debutante balls. Young Black girls entered society in grand style, wearing their elegant gowns, dancing with their fathers, and sometimes receiving diamond rings from the club. There were also areas created for sports such as tennis, soccer, basketball, and swimming. As one member put it, these events weren't just parties, they were declarations of Brazil's Black community. We belong, we excel, we thrive. Current president of the club, Martha Braga, calls the club a quilombo urbano, an urban refuge for Black identity and community. The Aristocrata Club even nurtured leaders such as Theodosina Ribeiro, who would go on to become the first Black woman elected to Sao Paulo's city council, and Adalberto Camargo, who made history as the state's first Black federal deputy. Aristocrata gave Black children and teens something that was extremely rare in Brazil, a space where they saw successful people who looked like them. While the club thrived in the 1960s and 70s, by the end of the 1980s, the club had already begun to see a decline in its popularity. With the rise of condo living, shifts in leisure habits, and the taste of newer generations, new standards began to take their toll on the club, and gradually the membership began to dwindle. Eventually, the downtown headquarters was sold. For a decade and a half, the club had no headquarters. But even as the club never regained its former status, in 2014, with help from the city of São Paulo, a new property was purchased in the Planalto Paulista region of São Paulo. This would lead to the club reopening, albeit with a smaller membership base of about 150 people. Nowadays, the club hosts mainly monthly dances, mental health seminars, cultural events, and workshops. With its historical importance, it remains a sanctuary for Black pride, community, and culture. To put everything in its proper perspective, the story of Clube Aristocrata is not just about its parties or its prestige. It's about resistance, identity, and legacy. The idea of constructing what you want when you're denied access. Today, it might not have the same popularity of its heyday, but the vision remains the same. Inspiring new generations, preserving Black history, and continuing the fight against structural racism that Brazil has always denied. As one former vice president put it, the club is like a phoenix. We may go, but someone will stay. The flame will rise again. Throughout the 20th century, Aristocrata was just one of numerous, perhaps over a number of such clubs across the country that Black Brazilians constructed as a response to racist practices, exclusion, and humiliation. Brazilian states where Black social clubs were constructed included São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Rio Grande do Sul, Santa Catarina, Paraná, and Minas Gerais. Interestingly, there were numerous clubs throughout all of these states, but southern states such as Rio Grande do Sul and Santa Catarina, two of the whitest states in Brazil, had some of the largest numbers of these Black clubs. Just a few names of these clubs include Clube 13 de Maio in the city of Divino and Clube Raça Negra in the city of Frutal, both located in Minas Gerais state. Clube 13 de Maio takes its name from the May 13th abolition of slavery in Brazil in 1888, while Clube Raça Negra means the Black Race Club. In the state of Rio de Janeiro, there was the famed Clube Renascença, meaning the Renaissance Club in the city of Rio, and Clube Palmares, or the Palmares Club in the city of Volta Redonda. Palmares refers to the famed 17th century Quilombo or Maroon society constructed by fugitive slaves. In Santa Catarina state, there was Clube dos Blacks, meaning the Club of the Blacks in the city of São José. In the state of Rio Grande do Sul, one of numerous Black social clubs was called Clube José do Patrocínio, meaning José do Patrocínio Club, named after the famed Afro-Brazilian journalist and abolitionist José do Patrocínio, located in the city of Osório. Today, some of these clubs still exist, and there have been numerous reports, theses, and dissertations on the legacies of these clubs. As I've always said, without the existence of racist practices and social exclusion, which Brazil has always denied, such places wouldn't exist. As the old saying goes, if you really want something and it doesn't exist, you better do it yourself. This will conclude my report on Sao Paulo's Aristocrata Club, a place where the city's Black elite made themselves known in a Brazil that pretended that they didn't exist. To support more little-known stories about Black Brazil, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Black Brazil Today. With that said, I will end this video and request that you all come back and check out the next video that I post here at Black Brazil Today.